Absalom kills Amnon. And there's so much in here that I don't feel like I even have enough time. I'm just going to continue because there's a lot. We'll go over this again. And when I get to these verses and when I get to this, I may feel completely different at a different time because I may be at a different place in my life, or I may have even additional wisdom that the Lord has revealed to me. But there's just so much to it here. And that's why I always say, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel? And what does it make you think? Again, let's continue to read. Absalom kills Amnon. Didn't I say it's going to be drama filled? 2 years later, when Absalom's sheep shearers were at Baal Hazar, near the border of Ephraim, he invited all the king's sons to come there. Absalom went to the king and said, "Your servant has had shearers come. Will the king and his officials please join me?" "No, my son," the king replied, "all of us should not go. We would only be a burden to you." Although Absalom urged him, he still refused to go, but he gave him his blessing. Then Absalom said, "If not, please let my brother Amnon come with us." The king asked him, "Why should he go with you?" But Absalom urged him. So he went with him, Amnon and the rest of the king's sons. Absalom ordered his men, "Listen, when Amnon is in high spirits from drinking wine, and I say to you, strike Amnon down, then kill him. Don't be afraid. Have not I given you this order? Be strong and brave." So Absalom's men did to Amnon what Absalom had ordered. Then all the king's sons got up, mounted their mules, and fled. Another murder. Remember, David was doing it. David was doing it. He made the wrong choice, and boom, like a waterfall. That's what I said. Remember, you never know. While they were while they were on their way, the report came to David, "Absalom has struck down all the king's sons. Not one of them is left." The king stood up, tore his clothes, and lay down on the ground. And all his servants stood by with their clothes torn. So already, I think it was just one of the sons, not all of them. But remember, the sons fled. So why is this person telling them differently? Remember, we just literally read that the Amnon is in high spirits, drinking wine. Strike Amnon down, then kill him. Don't be afraid. And so then all the king's sons got up, mounted their mules, and fled. So only Amnon was killed. So this person was giving it's like, maybe it was like one of those telephone instances where it's one person to another, so it mounted up to something that it wasn't. Let's continue to read. But Jonadab, son of Shemiah, David's brother, said, "My lord should not think that they killed all the princes. Only Amnon is dead. This has been Absalom's expressed intention ever since the day Amnon raped his sister Tamar. My lord the king should not be concerned about the report that all the king's sons are dead. Only Amnon is dead." And it's almost like Jonadab was like nonchalantly talking to him too. Meanwhile, Absalom had fled. Now the man standing watch looked up and saw many people on the road west of him, coming down the side of the hill. The watchman went and told the king, I see men in the direction of Horonaim on the side of the hill." Jonadab said to the king, "See, the king's sons are here. It has happened just as your servant said." As he finished speaking, the king's sons came in, wailing loudly. The king too, and all his servants wept very bitterly. Absalom fled and went to Talmai, son of Ammihud, the king of Geshur. But King David mourned for his son every day. After Absalom fled and went to Geshur, he stayed there 3 years. And the spirit of the king longed to go to Absalom, for he was consoled concerning Amnon's death. So, all of his sons, right? All of David's sons, remember, David had all these wives, and so, jealousies, rages, family things. Does these things happen? Absolutely. Consequences. One thing can lead to a cascade of others, and you never know. It could be something small, like all I did was this, and it winds up being huge. What kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel, and what does it make you think?